Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that is very old, it is very rare and becoming very difficult to find, especially in this near mint condition. We are looking at the 1975 release by Ideal Toys from their series of Evel Knievel merchandise. And this particular item we are looking at today is an accessory that will go with the stunt cycle or the Evel Knievel gyro powered bikes. And it is the Escape from Skull Canyon playset. Now it's all based on obviously the well-known stunt performer Evel Knievel, who was a American bike stunt performer, bike jumper and entertainer. And throughout his career, he attempted more than 75 ramp-to-ramp motorcycle jumps, eventually being inducted into the Motorcycle Hall of Fame in 1999. Now, his most famous stunt was an attempt to jump over the fountains at Caesar's Palace on a bike, which resulted in severe injuries, but it cemented his state as a legendary figure, breaking numerous records and bones throughout his entire career. In 1974, Knievel attempted to jump across the Snake River Canyon in Idaho using a rocket-powered cycle that he called the Sky Cycle X2. Sadly, though, the jump failed because the parachute opened prematurely, but Evel survived with just some very minor injuries. Now, in 1972 to 1977, Ideal Toy Company got involved with Evel Knievel and produced a whole series of Evel Knievel toys. And during the 5 years that they were contracted to make the toys, they sold approximately about £125 million worth of toys. Now, that led to Evel Knievel making numerous TV appearances and guest appearances in TV shows and so on, and partnerships with companies like AMF and Harley Davidson. Anyway, this particular playset we're looking at today, as I say, it's for the Stunt Cycle playset. It's an add-on to the playset, and it is an accessory for you to make your Evel Knievel figure and Stunt Cycle jump over. So this is the box in front of us, and this is the playset. You can see an image of the playset. You can see the Evel Knievel stunt cycle jumping over it. Now, the Evel Knievel stunt cycle and figure do not come with this playset. This is just literally the Skull Canyon playset. And it says, for children 5 and up, this sensational thrill action set comes complete with Skull Canyon, Fierce Monster, realistic boulders, log ramp obstacle, mysterious voodoo symbols. It says figure, cycle and energizer not included. And it says Ideal logo, and at the bottom it's got King of the Stuntman, Evel Knievel, Escape from Skull Canyon. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's spin it around and see if there's anything different on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box around to the back, and it's exactly the same as what was on the front. It just says for children 5 and up. A sensational thrill action set comes complete with Skull Canyon, Fierce Monster, realistic builders, log ramp obstacle, mysterious voodoo symbols, figure, cycle and energizer not included, and again the Ideal Toy logo, Evel Knievel, King of the Stuntman, Escape from Skull Canyon. If I just turn the box to the side, anything different? Let's just zoom it out a little bit. There's not really a lot of differences there. The sensational thrill action set comes complete with Skull Canyon, realistic boulders, log ramp obstacle, Fierce Monster, mysterious voodoo symbols. Again, Ideal logo, King of the Stuntman, Evel Knievel, Escape from Skull Canyon. I'm pretty certain it's going to be the same on the other side. Yes, it is. And let's have a look at the bottom of the box. And at the bottom of the box, it's just all the same again, really. But it gives us a catalog number 3427-2. Copyright 1975, Ideal Toy Corporation, which is Hollis, New York, 11423. Ideal Toy logo at the bottom. The sensational thrill action set comes complete with Skull Canyon, Fierce Monster, realistic boulders, log ramp obstacle, mysterious voodoo symbols, figure, cycle and energizer not included. And it's King of the Stuntman, Evel Knievel, Escape from Skull Canyon. Okay, and it's exactly the same on the top, so we're not going to bother looking at that. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to open this playset up. We're going to take the contents out, and we're going to have a good look at it. Okay, so I have opened the set, and this is what we've got. So you can see that this was a former display set, so everything's still in the original bags. So we've got actually there, that is the actual Skull Canyon. Let's just turn it to the side so we can see everything. So that's the Skull Canyon there, base there. Let's turn it upside down. Nothing underneath there. There is some holes in the side there. I suppose you could pop your components out under there if you wanted to. It might be wise for us to do it at an angle so that we could see where the jump would take place. Okay, so we've got these boulders, which are obviously the big boulders that Evel Knievel has to jump over. And there is 3, 4, 5 of those. And you can stack them however you like, stack them on top of each other. They can go high up or they can go low down, however you want to put them. It depends on how high you think you can make your Evel Knievel figure jump, I suppose. So let's not make it too high. Okay, there. I'm at an angle here. My table is slanted, so they keep rolling backwards. So, okay, so after a little bit of jiggery pokery, I've dropped them into the canyon there, as you can see. So they're all lined up. They're ready for Evel to jump over. Now, we've also got this bag of goodies here, which is the Voodoo symbols and the skulls and the symbols there. As you can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes there. So one of them is for the figure, and the other 4 are for the Voodoo sets, by the looks of things, I think. Now you can have this playset around whichever way you like, because you've got the holes on both sides. So there is actually 4 holes, I think, on either side of the canyon. So you've got two holes either side for the each of those to go on, and then of course you've got the monster which goes on somewhere. So you can put the symbols wherever you want them, but you get 2 of each in the set. Okay, so let's pop them on wherever. So let's put one at the top there, and we're going to put, okay, so I'm putting that symbol just there. I've got the skulls, which I'm going to put around the other, and then you can have this either way. Actually, I'm going to put him over there. Let's put that one there. Let's put that one down there, and let's put that one there. So you can put them wherever you like. You don't have to put them in the same positions I have. You can actually have the 2 of them on one side if you wanted to. So you can put those wherever you want, or you could put them on the holes on the other side. Or maybe you want to move that one down there, and maybe have that one up there, and maybe that one over there. So you can put them wherever you like. And then of course, in the other bag, we've got, well, that's the ramp for Evel to jump over. So, and then of course we've got the fierce monster who stands at the top of the Skull Canyon. So Evel's got to get past him as well. So that's literally the Skull Canyon. So I'm assuming that with that ramp, you wind up your Evel Knievel, and over the ramp he goes and jumps over the canyon. And I suppose you could have that at either end, so it doesn't matter which side that you would have your Evel figure. So that's what the Skull Canyon looks from the top. There's your fierce monster and your Voodoo signs, and that's from this side. And again, as I say, from that side, there's holes around this side where you could move the signs and the Voodoo skulls to, if you so wished. And then, of course, you wind up your Energizer, and Evel Knievel would go over there and jump over the Skull Canyon, past the boulders, or try to. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he would just smash through them, depending on how far back you were and how much speed you gave your Evel Knievel gyro bike. So, there we have it. That is the Evel Knievel Escape from Skull Canyon playset, which is an accessory to the Stunt Cycle series that Ideal Toy produced between 1972 and 1977. Okay, now you're going to say to me, well, how well did these toys do back in 1975, Chris, when these were released? Well, 1975, Evel Knievel was a big franchise. He became extremely popular. The toys obviously catapulted him into even bigger popularity than he had, but he was really the first of his kind to do these daring jumps on motorcycles. So he became very popular very quickly. And as I say, as a result, all these toys, Ideal Toy Company signed him up, and all these toys were produced, and the rest is history, really. So for 5 years, they produced a number of different toys. So there was quite a lot of different bikes. There was the scramble van, also there was games, there was a sky cycle, there was a dragster, and the chopper series. So there was a number of different bikes and playsets that were all produced for the Evel Knievel range. There was even a stadium that you had, different ramps were supplied, and then there was action figures, assortment of action figures that was produced. So lots and lots of merchandise. And as I say, Ideal Toy Companies back in the 1970s sold $1.25 million worth of Evel Knievel toys. And when you consider that these toys back in the day were about £3 or £4, it's a lot of merchandise was sold for Evel Knievel. So very, very popular icon back in the 70s, but with icons, they come up very quickly and they also fall very quickly. So before very long, Evel Knievel, well, lots of people were doing what he was doing, and he was no longer special. So the toy line finished, and pretty much his popularity dwindled. Okay, let's move forward 50 years to 2025, which is where we are today. Now, I can't believe this was 50 years ago when these were out. I had one of these as a boy. I was very fortunate. I had the Stunt Cycle when it first came out. I also had the Scramble Van. I also had the Chopper. And I also had the Stadium and the Evel Knievel game. Some of which we still have. We do have merchandise for these, and we will be shooting videos and uploading them onto the website as soon as we can. But back to me as a boy, I was very fortunate to have all these items, and they served my childhood very well. I used to play with an awful lot when I was a boy, and we used to have lots of friends come around who had their own Evel Knievel playsets, and we used to play with them together. But anyway, back to the point. Do these items come up very often on the platforms these days? And the answer to that is no, not very often. Very occasionally, you'll see one of these sets pop up on the platforms, and they're all in various different states of condition. Some of them are in quite poor condition. Some of them are in very good condition. But most of them are usually incomplete. They don't normally contain everything that you can see here in this set. I mean, basically, this set is complete. So you've got the two Voodoo signs, the signs and the skulls, plus the monster, plus all of the boulders and the ramp. So quite often there's pieces missing that you find on the platforms, and in various, different states of condition. Some of them are broken pieces, missing pieces. Some of them have lost the stickers off of the Voodoo poles and so on. You know, so there's lots of different states of condition. So if you do plan on buying from a platform, be very careful. Do read the description and look at the images very, very carefully, because some person's idea of very good condition could be somebody else's idea of acceptable condition. There's a big scope there's a big scope there for of differences there between people's opinions, so do be very careful of that. And also don't forget that some of the platforms use stock images and stock photographs, so you could be looking at one like this in almost mint condition, and you might receive something that is completely different. So do make sure you click the used link and read what it says, because if it doesn't have new, they're going to automatically send you or the order's going to automatically go to the cheapest used version. So, and that might be something that you definitely don't want. So click the used link and read what you're about to order, because you could be very disappointed when it arrives. I know myself, because I used to do it when I was buying from the platforms years ago. I'd look at the main page thinking that's what I was ordering, click the order button, and I'll end up with something completely different. So and I know lots of people who we've spoken to over the years have said the same thing. They've done the same thing as what I did, so be careful. Alternatively, you don't need to go for that rigmarole. You can come straight to us at Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles, where what you see in front of us is exactly the item you would receive should you wish to order. We don't believe in stock images. We don't believe in stock photographs. What the item you see on the website is exactly the item that will be shipped out to you if you ordered it. And also, if we have different conditions, they are listed under different product numbers, so you could not mistakenly order the wrong product. So it doesn't happen on our website. Now, this particular item we're looking at today, this was a former shop display set. It was used in an Evel Knievel display back in 1975. It was used together with a stunt cycle, which we have already done a video for, and has unfortunately sold, or fortunately sold, whichever way you look at it. But it was part of that same set. So they had the stunt cycle, they had the scramble van, and they had this Skull Canyon all in a display. So it's never been sold. It was only used as a display piece. It was then returned to the box, and then it was stuck in a stock room for, well, 48, 49 years, something like that, until we went in and we bought out all their stock when they closed down. The owners decided to retire, and we were fortunate enough to be offered all the stock, and we bought out all the stock in the stock room and all the stock on the shop floor, and we are working as fast as we can to get all these items uploaded onto the website and video shot so you can see exactly what we have. So this particular item, near mint condition, as close to mint as you're going to find these days of these particular ones. 50-year-old toy, you can't go wrong with this particular one. And as of today, this item is available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Evel Knievel items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Evel Knievel Escape from Skull Canyon playset with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.